Okay, please don't scroll. I'm not going to be selling you anything. I just want to ask your opinion. We all know about the hero's journey. We all maybe have even used the Save the Cat beat sheet. I want to approach a different writing structure that's not as popular, and I want to see what your opinions are of this. So I'm Chris, and I am a tarot reader, and I use my tarot cards to help writers overcome writer's block and finish their projects faster. Over the past few weeks, I've been studying the heroine's journey. It's kind of the opposite of the hero's journey. So the hero's journey is all about, it's a masculine energy. It's I'm strong, I'm the main character, and I can do this all by myself. I don't need anybody's help. It's as the main character goes along on their journey, people kind of start falling off. Maybe the mentor goes away, sidekicks go away, and he's stuck at the very end, kind of fighting the bad guy by himself. So there's another writing structure called the heroine's journey. The heroine's journey is sort of it's a little bit of the opposite of that. And the heroine's journey is more about community, it's a little bit more heartfelt and a little bit more compassionate. So I've been reading books on this hero's journey, the heroine's journey, and a little bit of both. And I'm formulating an actual structure for this. So in this heroine's journey, she gives us a circle about what it's like to lose your feminine side and to come back to it. In the heroine's journey here, she goes through actually pop culture references, and she talks about how Harry Potter and Twilight are heroine's journeys. So what they've kind of written in their books is more of a guideline, more of an outline, more of something that's not quite as formulaic, I guess you could say, as the hero's journey. And so I'm trying to kind of create a heroine's journey in that sense. And I want to know what your opinions are on this. Behind me, what I've done is I've kind of created a 3-act structure. I've got Act 1 is the descent, Act 2 is the search, and Act 3 is the ascent, or the finale kind of a situation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to step away from this so that you can actually read the whole thing. But then I want to kind of talk about it. So how I would approach the heroine's journey is a little bit something like this. Again, the heroine's journey is more about community. It's more about a little bit more feminine and a little bit more compassionate and a little bit more team building, teamwork. In going through the hero's journey, I've kind of used some of their plot points. I've kind of used some of the beats from Save the Cat, and I'm just kind of creating an actual structure here. So in the Act 1, we've got prep for the story and prep for the story. We have the world building and the main character. I'm kind of going that direction because we don't really know what the story is, and we don't really want to use Save the Cat, and there is a world building sort of in the hero's journey, but it's just this is a little different of a structure. So here we have at the beginning a broken family network, a separation from the feminine. So the heroine here, she has a network of people, kind of a family or a group of people that she would go to, so that you kind of know who you're playing with at the very beginning. Then you've got this involuntary withdrawal. It's out of her control. More of like something that happens outside from the character, not actually directly to the character, such as with Demeter and Persephone and Hades. When Hades took Persephone down to the underworld, it didn't happen directly to Demeter. This was the event, the thing, the catalyst that made her go on her journey. And we have please ignored, network offers aid but no solution. Your main character has now gone through to the cast of characters, and she said, hey, I need help, this happened to me, and they all don't care. They all just kind of ignore her. So then she decides to abdicate her power. She leaves, she escapes. In some of these things, it's like the queen just throwing down her crown and just going. So that's kind of like, I'm going into Act 2. I've made the decision to leave where I'm at, and I'm going off on my adventure. So then we've got the Act 2 search. A reminder for this is alone in isolation equals danger. So in the hero's journey, it's all about him being alone. When he's alone, when he's strongest when he's alone. With the heroine, when she's with a community of people, that's when she's strongest. So we've got what I've created a beat here that says knowing that she's all alone, she has to protect herself. She makes a disguise. Something that can be offered like this too is Harry Potter when he's given actually the cloak, the invisible cloak. That's a disguise. I think if I remember correctly, there's a Greek goddess one I think that she talks about in this book about how she actually makes herself look more mortal or an older woman or something of that nature, and then other people take her in. So there's this disguise that she has to take in. She's learned in this world that it's not what she wants, so she has to come up with a disguise. So then you've got who does your main character meet? So I created a separate beat here where we're using the same spread that we're going to use with this broken family, creating a cast, and do it down here. So then we've got a trial where you can kind of see what the trial is, who she meets, are they good, are they bad? There's a whole spread on that I know. And then we can do the B story, the enemy of the series. So it's more like, this is more of a separate beat. It's actually not in the beat sheet. It's just more of from a screenplay standpoint, so that you kind of know what's going on the other end. And so, because it will set up what the very end is here. So then we do have another one here, identify with the masculine. So it's kind of an illusion. So because she's learned all this other stuff and has this mask, she has an illusion. She's created a sense of being able to use this masculine energy to her advantage, but it's also something that she's losing part of herself because I'm running out of time, so I'm just sorry. So then we can do another trials. We got another B story with the enemy scenes, just something like with the Save the Cat, it's the bad guys close in. And then we've got the prepare to go to the underworld. So success, and then prepare to go to the underworld. So the success is by now she's gone through a couple trials. She's created a whole community of people that she trusts, and she knows who her enemies are. And now she can go down. She says we're preparing to go down to the underworld. So she has this community. So then we've got excels at delegating and networking. So the beginning of Act 3, where your finale, is your main character just distributing all the jobs. You're good at archery, go do archery. You're good at dancing, go do dancing. And so she's able to kind of create kind of a community like this. And then we've got a plot twist. That's more of a Save the Cat thing. If you want to add that kind of a thing, just kind of add a little twist. And then at the very end, it's compromise. Now, remember what I've talked about with this main character or this B story stuff. The main thing with the hero's journey is about revenge, and it's about defeating the other one. With this one, it's a negotiation. It's a compromise. So again, with Demeter and with Persephone, yes, Persephone went down to the underworld, but now she has to come up both. She had those seeds. So now she has to come up half the year and half the other year, and it's just like it's a compromise. So that's kind of what the heroine's journey is about. And I wanted to know, do these beats make sense to you? How can I make them better? And do you have any suggestions?